Happy Thursday, first graders. We are ready to begin our reading and writing time today. Today we're going to read a story called The Harvest, and you're going to answer some questions about the harvest. And then we're going to do a little activity where I read you, I say a word, and you have to circle the word that Mrs. Hoffman says. And we've done that together before in class, so we're going to do another practice time of that today. But first we're going to read our story called The Harvest, so make sure you have your Grace reader. And our story, The Harvest, is on page 76. Notice how close we're getting to the end of our book. All right, remember our stories in this book has been about Grace and her family that live on a farm and all of the fun adventures that they've had. And today we're reading the story of the harvest, okay? And harvest time, of course, is the time of year, usually in the late summer, fall, when farmers start to gather in all of the things that they've been growing during the spring and summer. That's when they gather all of their fruits and vegetables before it's winter time, so that they'll have some good things to eat during the winter time. So our story today is called The Harvest, and I want you to keep an eye out and listen and be looking for the following 4 vocabulary words. The first word is the word spoil. If something spoils, that means it's gone bad, it's gone rotten. You might have had some food spoil at your house before. It kind of looks icky and it smells really gross and you can't eat it because it'll make you sick and you have to throw it away. So when something spoils, that means it's gone bad or it's rotten. Another word you're going to hear about is the word combine. And a combine is a machine that farmers use out in the field to cut down the crops so that they can gather in all of the vegetables that they've been growing. A combine. Another word is a relic. The word relic means something that's from a long time ago, something in the past. So maybe the friends in our story today are going to find a relic, something from a long, long time ago. You'll have to investigate that. And the last word I want you to look for is the word shard. Shard. That might be a new word for some of you. A shard is a sharp piece of something. Mama always will caution you not to play if something breaks, not to touch the shards of glass, the sharp pieces of glass, because you could get cut. So in our story today, we're going to have a shard of something. I wonder what it might be. All right, so I encourage you, see if you can read this story all by yourself. If you get stuck on some words, ask an adult. If you have trouble reading the story, then make sure you find an adult and you guys can read it together, okay? When you finish reading your story, The Harvest, you're going to take your Kitty Cat workbook and you're going to turn in it to 24.2. 24.2. And you've got some questions to answer about it. And I know you guys are getting lots of practice answering the questions about the story. And the reason that we answer questions about our story is to make sure that you're really paying close attention as we're reading the story. We don't want you just to practice reading the words. That's a good thing. But when you read something, we want you to understand what you're reading about. And so the reason that we answer questions about our story is to see, hey, were you paying attention to what the story was about? Do you know what's going on in the story that you just read? So this is a good way to check to see if you're really paying attention to the words that you read. Not just practicing making those sounds, but you understand what you're reading. And those are 2 different skills, and those are both very important skills that we need as we move on to 2nd grade next year. When you finish reading your story, The Harvest, and answering your questions, then come on back and we're going to do a little word practice in our workbook. All right, I hope you did a great job reading the story of The Harvest and answering the questions. We're again going to be doing 1 page together in our workbook, so make sure you have your Kitty Cat workbook and find page 24.1. It looks like this. Okay, 24.1. And this one you're going to have to listen to Mrs. Hoffman and do this with Mrs. Hoffman, because I'm going to say a word for each number and I need you to circle the word that Mrs. Hoffman says. So you're going to have to look and listen carefully as I say each word, okay? So we're on 24.1, and we're going to start, of course, up at the top with number 1, and make sure you stay in your row, okay? So as we go down, make sure you put your finger on each number so that you know which word to circle in each row and you don't get mixed up. We're only going to circle one word in each row. So make sure you just make one word choice in each row. Are you ready? Okay, I will say the word 3 times. Okay, all right, put your finger on number 1. All right, number 1, the word is bounce. Bounce. Circle the word bounce. Okay, put your finger on number 2. Word number 2 is mice. Mice. Circle the word in row number 2, that is mice. Okay, number 3, put your finger on number 3. Make sure you're in row 3. Number 3, the word is link. Oh, ink. In row number 3, circle the word link. All right, move your finger down to row number 4. In row number 4, circle the word whip. Whip. Circle the word whip. All right, move your finger down to row number 5. This time circle the word tense. Ants. Circle the word tense. All right, move your finger down to row number 6. Look at the words in row number 6. Circle this word, percent. Percent. Circle the word in row number 6, percent. All right, we're ready for number 7. Put your finger on number 7. Our word is not. 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 All right, number 8. Our word for row number 8 is wake. Wake. Circle the word wake. All right, row number 9. I need you to circle the word knife. 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 All right, and the last row, number 10, the word I'd like for you to circle is sink. Sink. Circle the word in row number 10, sink. All right, I'm going to go back through and I'm going to read each word one more time. So in case you missed any, you can make sure you circle the correct word. Remember, you should only have one word circled for each row. All right, so go back to number 1 and make sure you check your work. Okay, number 1, the word is bounce. Number 2, mice. Number 3, link. Number 4, whip. Number 5, tense. Number 6, percent. Number 7, not. Number 8, wake. Number 9, knife. And the last one, number 10, sink. All right, you can have an adult there check your work and see if you got all of the words correct. I hope you did, because those are some words that we have been working on all throughout the year with those special sounds. All right, great job listening, great job reading and writing, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Bye-bye.